Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, I am Tiffany and this is SD Home. And today is Remix Frickin' Wednesday. Today we're going to show you how to make 3 delicious meals with a few main ingredients. And today we're focused on lamb. So we're going to bring you some succulent lamb chops with quinoa and roasted carrots. Our second meal will be a curry carrot soup. And our third meal will be a bright, fresh, herbaceous lamb and quinoa salad. I can't wait to get started. Come on, let's go. Here are the ingredients for this week's remix. You can find a list of these in the description box below. Let's get cooking. So the first thing we're going to do is make our marinade for our lamb. We're going to use the same marinade for our lamb chunks and our lamb chops. So we pulled the leaves off of our parsley and we're going to just give it a nice rough chop. Once you've chopped all of your herbs, add your chopped garlic, some oil, salt, pepper, cumin, and dried oregano. And you want to add the juice of 1 lemon. So we're going to roll that out. Soften it up really nicely. Cut. We're going to squeeze. So you get a nice Ziploc bag. Your lamb chunks in the bag. We're just going to pour a nice little portion of that marinade right in there. And just sort of squeeze it and move it around so we can get it in there. So you want to do the same thing with your lamb chops. Take the remainder of your marinade, add it to a large Ziploc bag, and swirl it all around until it's fully incorporated. We're going to put that in the refrigerator and let it marinate for about 30 minutes. Now let's move on to our carrots. Now that we have our lamb marinating in the refrigerator, we're going to get started on our roasted carrots. And it's going to be very simple. In a casserole dish, take your carrots with some oil, garlic, fresh thyme, salt, pepper, and my rusty trusty vegetable seasoning, which I need to get more of. Rub it down really good and put it in the oven at 375 degrees. Peeled my carrots and then I split them in half so that it's easier for your family to eat. We're going to take some garlic and just flatten it out. Give it a good splat. Throw it right in there. Thyme right in there, add some salt, pepper, a little bit of that vegetable seasoning, some garlic oil. Just going to give it a toss. Roast in the oven at 375 degrees for about 30 minutes, and this is what you end up with. Now we're going to move on to our quinoa. We're going to cook this like we're cooking rice. It is our starch, a little healthier, a little lower in calorie, especially since we're eating some red meat, which can be on the heavy side. So let's get started on that. So for our quinoa, we're going to bring to a boil 1.5 cups of vegetable stock with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil in there. Once that comes to a rolling boil, we're going to add our tricolor quinoa right to the pot. And you just want to stir. So nothing gets clumped up or anything. And we're going to turn our fire down heat, and we're going to cook it just like rice. Let it simmer for about 25 minutes. You'll start to see the quinoa absorb the liquid. Make sure it doesn't burn at the bottom, so if it's starting to get too hot, just turn your pot down. So our quinoa is done. All the liquid has cooked out. It's not mushy. You can still see individual grains of quinoa. And I'm just going to add a couple things to jazz it up just a little bit, because sometimes eating healthy is not the funnest thing in the world. But what we're going to do is add some fresh chopped flat leaf parsley. And then if you have any type of crumbled cheese or shredded cheese, you could do Parmesan, you could do feta. Today I'm going to do just a little bit of gorgonzola crumbles. But anything that you like, and you don't have to do this, but so I can make sure that my family eats it, I'm going to add a little something to it. We're just going to mix that in. Give it a nice color. And there's no heat on here. We turn the heat off. We just let the natural heat just get in there and warm that up. Now we're getting ready to pan sear our lamb chops. I love my cast iron skillet. I think that's the best thing when you're searing meat, but I cook almost everything in my cast iron skillet. So in our cast iron skillet, we're going to put some oil, and then we're going to put a little bit of butter, because butter will give you that nice color that you need. That going, get it nice and hot. Chops. 2 at a time, we don't want to overcrowd. While the pan's still hot, I decided to add my medallions for the salad later on. Cook it and cool it. So here are your ingredients for your curry carrot soup. We have 1 cup of chopped carrots, 1/4 of a cup of orange bell peppers, 1/4 of a cup of red bell peppers, so that makes 1/2 cup. We have 1 whole white onion, a few cloves of garlic. We have coconut milk, curry powder, cumin, salt, pepper, and then we're going to use a little bit of oil. This is going to be easy as 1, 2, 3. In a skillet, add all of your ingredients except for your cumin, and start with your root vegetable. Once you add your curry, make sure that you cook it long enough that you don't have that raw curry taste in your soup. So we sprinkled a little salt, a little bit of pepper, and now we're going to sprinkle a little bit of that cumin in there. Not too much, a little goes a long way. And give it a good mix. The curry has cooked down. You can smell your aromatics. The vegetables are tender, and we're going to add a cup of vegetable stock and let that simmer. You're going to grab your blender, throw your vegetables in there, and pulse and blend until everything is broken down. Add some liquid here and there so you can thin it out and get to the texture that you desire. Be sure not to add too much liquid because we want it to be a thick, creamy soup. Now we're going to push this beautifully colored carrot soup through our sift and make sure that we keep it nice and smooth. Once we get everything pushed through, you want to scrape it at the bottom and then turn the heat on so we can get ready to add the coconut milk. Now that we have our soup that's gone through our strainer. It's nice and smooth and creamy. We're going to put it back on the stove on medium heat, and we're going to add our coconut milk. And we're going to start with 1/4 cup. Look at that beautiful color. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait. So now that we have our lamb, carrots, and quinoa done, our curry carrot soup done, now it's time to get started on our lamb and quinoa salad. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do for our salad is make our dressing. We have our Greek yogurt here. We have some fresh chopped mint. We have some fresh chopped parsley. Get all of that in there. Then we're going to squeeze the juice of 1 lemon over this strainer so we don't get the seeds in here. There we go. Right. To the side. Give that a little bit of a mix. We're going to add it to our little food processor here. Guys, I got this food processor from Family Dollar, okay? Every kitchen gadget doesn't have to cost a lot of money. This one works, and then when it stops, I'm not so mad because it didn't spend that much money on it. Put that in there. I'm gonna move this out of the way. I'm going to bring this forward. We're gonna add a few cranks of salt. Cracks of pepper. We're going to put the lid on. Make sure it's locked. Next, we're going to take our grape tomatoes and our cucumber, and we're going to salt them generously. A little bit of pepper. And just mix that. Oh, that one wanted to join the party. You know what? Let's just mix them together. So now we're going to put together our lamb quinoa salad. First, you're going to start with your quinoa. We reserve some from our first recipe. Put that down in the bowl. We're going to add our tomatoes and our cucumbers that we had sitting in that salt and pepper, drawing out that nice moisture. We have some feta crumbles. We're going to add in there. And then we have our lamb. Save some for the top so we can make it look nice and pretty. And then we're going to lightly drizzle some of this beautiful dressing. Not too much. Then we're just going to toss this. So of course everything here is cool. sure we're serving that cold. And then we're going to finish it off with some of those caramelized onions. Nice buttery onions. And now we're going to plate our beautiful salad. Look at those colors, so bright, so vibrant, looks so flavorful. Can't wait to dig in. We're gonna top it with some more of that beautifully colored lamb, a little more feta cheese, and then we're gonna grab some mint and just rip it and garnish it on the top. Let's get ready to dig in. Voila, 3 recipes, 3 main ingredients, lamb, carrots, quinoa, tons of flavor, beautiful color and presentation. And now we're gonna give it a taste. Let's start with this lamb. So good. A little bit of carrot. That's a good meal. That's a good meal. Now we have the soup. Now I garnished it with a little bit of sunflower seeds. You can do any type of seed you want, or don't garnish it at all. Put it in a cup, in a thermos, throw it back on your way to work. Look at that color. Color is beautiful. You taste the cumin, you taste the curry. So many flavors and very few ingredients. Super, super, super duper excited to get into this salad. Bright, fresh. So many different flavors. Oh my God, I love this salad. Oh my God, so bright, vibrant. Oh my gosh. And I forgot to tell you that I garnished with a little bit of pomegranate seeds. A nice, fresh, sweet, juicy pop. This is perfect. This is like summer in a bowl. Actually, I'm taking this one to the sea. And there you have it, folks. 3 beautiful recipes remixed starring carrots, quinoa, and lamb. We have our roasted carrots with lamb chops and quinoa. Then we have our beautiful creamy curry carrot soup. And then we have our bright, colorful, flavorful quinoa and lamb salad. I hope you enjoyed today's Remix Wednesday, and we hope to see you tomorrow for Supper Club Thursday. I'm Tiffany, this is SD Home, and we'd love to see you again. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, follow, all those beautiful things so that you can continue on my journey of glitz, glamour, and gourmet.